What's up in War Eagle, everybody? It's your guy, Ike Jones. We are back with another Facts or Not Friday. Today, we're doing it Oklahoma style. Let's get straight to it. Y'all know how we do. Let's drop it on them.
You are now listening to the War Report. Drop.
Morning drop. It is Friday, September the 27th, and we are talking about Auburn versus Oklahoma. Ike Jones in here with my guy, Dylan Lark from the College Loop. Doing a little Facts or Not on a Friday. Good to be back at you guys with Facts or Not Friday, Oklahoma edition. Dylan, how are we feeling about this game tomorrow?
I have no idea.
Yeah,
I am still like on the fence. I picked Oklahoma to win, and I'm not confident in that. Had I picked Auburn to win, wouldn't feel confident in that either.
This game is one of those where you just did who knows what's going to happen. Before we get too far into this, make sure you guys share the content out there at the War Report, at the College Loop as well. Make sure you tag your boy Dylan out there. And let's get straight into the conversation. We'll start it off like this, Dylan. I'll just rip the Band-Aid. I'm going to rip the Band-Aid. We're going to go straight into it and talk about facts or not. Auburn has one or fewer turnovers in this game versus Oklahoma.
It pains me to say I'm going to go nah on this one. Auburn is has a streak right now. 6 straight games dating back to the Iron Bowl last year where they have had 2 or more turnovers. Once you become the team that turns over the ball, you're the team that turns over the ball. You'd need a bye week to fix that, and you don't have that for another 2 weeks. I think Auburn is going to give away the ball more than once yet again. I mean, it's been 2 games already this year where Auburn's given away 5 or more times. Yeah, I think it's become a habit that I don't know if they can break out of in just 5 days.
Yeah, unfortunately, I feel like I'm going to go nah on this one as well. I don't want to. And God, I hope I'm not right about this. I hope we are terribly wrong and Auburn turns the ball over 1 or no times in this game. But Oklahoma has been one of the best teams in the country at forcing turnovers. Now, most of them have been forced fumbles. And most of Auburn's turnovers have been interceptions. However, Auburn has not been immune to the fumble bug. And I just feel as if this is going to be a game where Oklahoma is going to come in saying we're going to try to rip the ball out of as many ball carriers' hands as possible and force turnovers, because that's how I feel like you're going to have to win this game. This game's going to have to get ugly. It's going to be sloppy, terrible. Nobody wants to watch this football in order to win this game. And Oklahoma's going to come in trying to do that. They're going to be rushing the passer and trying to get strip sacks. They're not just going to go try to get a sack. They want to force fumbles and get the ball out. And as much as I hate it, I have to see Auburn not do it before. Like 4 games of this, and 2 of those games versus the only 2 Power 4 competition that you've had so far, you have turned the ball over 5 times in each of those games. I just can't. Until I see them do otherwise, I got to go. Yeah, you're gonna have multiple turnovers.
I think I've seen 21 points taken off the board because Auburn has fumbled on the other team's side of the field. Yeah. I think it was Jarquez twice and Damari against Arkansas, and a play is going to haunt me forever. But
pretty awful. All right, let's get to the next one because that one's too depressing for me to even think about for too long.
All right, let's keep it turnovers, but let's go on the defensive side of the ball. The dam is finally broken for the Auburn defense. Back-to-back weeks where they've gotten 2 interceptions against New Mexico and against Arkansas. Facts or not, will Auburn have a 3rd straight game with an interception?
You know what? Give me facts on this one. Young QB coming in, probably a little confident in his quasi-success in the second half versus a Tennessee defense that is pretty good. And I think, more attempts for him to be able to go out there and throw an interception. I think Auburn is going to try to heat him up like they have been the last couple of quarterbacks. Not as much during the New Mexico game, but definitely during the Cal game and again during the Arkansas game. And they have had opportunities in every game so far to get interceptions. They just happened to convert them in the last two. I think we're going to make it 3 in a row this time and get another interception versus the freshman quarterback coming in his first start. Give me facts on this one.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna rock with facts on this one as well. I think this is gonna be one of the ugliest games ever in history of college football. I think I said this last week. I think this game could end 3-2. No idea who's going to get the 3 and who's going to get the safety. I think you're going to see multiple turnovers on both sides of the ball. So yeah, I'm going to put some trust in the Auburn secondary to grab a hold of the ball out of the air a couple of times.
Yeah, listen, man, that's how you have to win this kind of game. Hopefully, Auburn is ready to do it. Golly, man, please, just win the turnover battle for once. For once, please do that. All right, let's go to one that I hope is a little more of a happy situation for Auburn fans. And let's keep it defensive and talk about the pass rush. And we'll go facts or no. Auburn will get at least 2 sacks in this game versus the freshman Michael Hawkins coming in to the plains of Jordan-Hare.
This one I'm going to go with facts. I think you finally have a couple of weeks of the three-man rush doesn't work. I think you finally see a shift in the right direction where you're using Jalen McLeod, Kieran Crawford, and Keldrick Falk to their best possible uses, which is getting all 3 of those guys at the quarterback as much as possible. I think you get at least 2. I think it's possible. I've seen it happen multiple times this year already. I just want to say it happen with a dual threat quarterback.
Yeah. You know what? I'm going to echo your sentiments, and I'm going to go facts on this one as well, because I think that Auburn's just going to throw a bunch of different things at this young man, at this offensive line that has been shuffling the deck all season and trying to figure out who are the 5 healthy bodies that they can put in the correct position. Auburn's going to send Eugene Asante. They're going to send freaking Keontae Scott. They're going to send Sylvester Smith. They're going to just send bodies at this guy. They're going to put DeMarcus Riddick out there and just let him go crazy. And they're just going to send people. And until Oklahoma proves that they can figure out where the free rusher is coming from, they are going to be dialing it up, and they're going to make this young man figure out either get the ball out of your hands quickly or be well acquainted with the grass. So I expect DJ Durkin to really be in his blitz bag in this game, to really throw some stuff at this young man and make him make decisions and force those inexperienced wide receivers, because a lot of the wide receivers for Oklahoma are injured, to make plays for their quarterback. So I'm going to go facts on this one as well. All right. Well, before we get into this next one, though, oh, did you have another point you wanted to make about that?
Oh, no, I was about to get into the next one.
Before we get to this next one, got to give a quick shout out to the show sponsor for today, and that is the folks over at Joy Mode. Make sure you use tryjoymode.com. They are the alternative to healthy sex life for those of you out there at Joy Mode. You want some confidence in the bedroom. You want to be your best self. You want to feel like an Auburn defensive player. Tryjoymode.com is the place where you need to go. You can use code REPORT for 20% off plus free shipping when you're out there. And I don't think I'm overhyping that when I say you feel like an Auburn defensive player. This defense is playing with a lot of swagger, a lot of confidence out there. And I'm expecting them to continue down that path as we get into this game versus Oklahoma. But let's continue talking a little bit more about this game and go to our next one. And what you got for us there, young Dylan?
So throwing it back to the offensive side of the ball, we've seen Jarquez Hunter have games where he has been used a lot, and we've also seen some games where he has been absent. So facts or nah, we see 15+ rush attempts for Jarquez Hunter.
This one better be facts. This better be facts. I know that Oklahoma is going to load up the box, and they're going to want to try to force Auburn to throw the football a lot. but Auburn has to be able to be a little bit more inventive with the ways that they're making alignments out there. And I watched Tennessee run with success. Now, it was 6-7 yard games, but that's successful against 7 and 8 guys in the box for Oklahoma, right? So it can be done. You just need to be committed to, hey, this is how we're going to move the ball on particular down distances, looks, whatever we get. And I think Auburn needs to just be stubborn with the run. Jarquez Hunter needs touches in this game in order for this offense to be successful. This one better be a facts.
Yeah, I completely agree. I'm going to go facts with this one as well. The best offensive performance we saw from Auburn out against an FBS opponent this year, Jarquez Hunter had 20 carries, and he averaged 7 yards a carry on that. Mm-hmm. He had a touchdown as well. Auburn has won every game this year where Jarquez Hunter has gotten to the end zone. And you do that by giving him carries or playing an FCS team in Alabama A&M. But in that game versus New Mexico, we saw 30 carries between him and Damari. You got to run the football if Auburn has to run the football if they want to win the football game.
Yeah.
Simple as that. So I think it should be an easy fax on that.
Yeah. Listen, I'm hoping so. Okay. Let's talk a little bit about the third unit on the team, which is Dylan Lark's favorite unit, and that is the special teams unit out there. So far this year, there has not been a single game where Auburn has kicked multiple field goals. Facts or nah, this will be the game where you see Townsend go, or he's not fully cleared, but you could see an Alex McPherson sighting out there, but some kicker in some form or fashion, 2 separate field goals will be kicked in this game for Auburn.
With how ugly this game could get offensively, this has probably got to be facts. Yeah, you already did it before. Yeah. I even got to say it because that's so obvious because Towns is such a good kicker. What we've seen already from him, he is. I've seen Auburn kickers come and get coaches fired in games in games as ugly as this game could get. Auburn could go this entire game only scoring off of field goals. Would not surprise me. This game could be 18-15. Just only teams kicking field goals. So when they cross the 15, they're trying to kick field goals. Yeah, I think Auburn's going to get this. And welcome Towns to one of the many list of Auburn kickers that are just really, really good at kicking it through the uprights.
Yeah, I'm going to echo what you said. Facts here. Listen, this Oklahoma defense is real. And I think the Auburn defense is going to be up to the task, and you're going to be playing a lot of field position games in this, but you got to get points. And if you're getting in there close, I expect in this game for Auburn to be a little more conservative once they get past the 30 and say, hey, we've got points in our back pocket. Let's just, if we break a run, fine. But if you get more than 5 yards, you better have your 2 hands on the football type of thing. I expect some conservative play calling as they get into close to the red zone area, and a couple of field goals being kicked because of that, because they're just not wanting to have another one of those in scoring position turnovers in this game. I'm going to go facts on this one.
And I think that leaves us with the fun one to talk about.
Yeah, absolutely does. Yeah.
So, conversation for the past. Let's see. Has this been a conversation for 2 weeks now? 3 weeks? How long have we been talking about the quarterback battles going on?
Too long.
Way too long. So, facts or nah, we get to watch both Peyton Thorne and Hank Brown play versus Oklahoma.
I am going to go nah. And I'm going to go nah very reluctantly, because I feel like the only way you see both quarterbacks is whoever started is stinking it up. And good Lord, I do not want to watch another Saturday of awful quarterback play from Auburn. So this is the only reason I'm saying this, is because I don't want to see it. Not because I'm confident that it won't happen, but I just don't want, Hugh Freeze is not the type to just bench a quarterback for stagnant offense. He's benching a quarterback for multiple turnover offense, where you're just not you're not seeing it and you're throwing it to the other team. And if I have to watch another 3 interception game from an Auburn quarterback, I might just throw up. Like, I just don't want to see it. And for that reason and that reason alone, I am going no on this.
I think it's the one we're going to disagree on. I'm going to say facts. This kind of follows the same lines as my turnovers things. Once it's become a habit of you of your team, you're now that team that does it. Auburn's now benched a quarterback twice this year. I mean, you could. I think there's a possibility where even Walker White and Holden Gurner get thrown into the wolves in this game. Like, there could be betting odds where it's like -2.5, like 1.5 quarterbacks you see, or 2.5 might even be that. And I don't know if I can take the under on that. I might hammer the over, because I don't know. Once you become the team that benches your quarterback, you're now the team that benches your quarterback. And we've already said that we don't expect Auburn to have less than one turnover, or even one turnover at that matter. So there's a good chance you could see a quarterback a quarter in this game, and it would not surprise me in the slightest. This game is going to be ugly. UGLY. Ugly.
I mean, if there were a running quarterback for, like, if Sam Jackson were the second quarterback that were coming in this game, then maybe I wouldn't even really count that, because he's not technically on the roster as a quarterback. Maybe
he's a quarterback for overtime. He's a quarterback for overtime.
Maybe a short yardage package with Walker White. Instead of direct snapping it to Jarquez Hunter, you bring Walker White in as the hammer on the the Tebow package. I don't know, man, but I just don't. Oh God. All right, we'll just have to wait and see, because I don't even really want to talk about this anymore. My brain is already melting.
It's gonna be like the Clockwork Orange watching the game, where the eyes are just like peeled back and you can't blink, you can't close your eyes. So what this game's gonna feel like.
Yeah, but I will be there in the booth watching the game, trying my best not to scream expletives, and get my press credentials revoked. But let's get out of here, Dylan. Tell the people how they can keep up with the things you got going over on the College Loop.
As you can check it out at the College Loop on YouTube and all social media platforms. We had a video go up today, actually, or as we're recording this, yesterday, where we did a pregame show for this game, where I voiced all the sentiments I said today about how ugly this game is going to be. I think I said 17-14 Oklahoma. I'm not confident in that whatsoever. I'm terrified to even predict touchdowns in this game, if I'm being completely honest. I'm glad that wasn't one of the facts or not. It would have been a flat out nah on how many touchdowns will be scored in this game. But yeah, check it out in the College Loop. I also predict my top 10 games of the week, and I'm pretty good at predicting games. I can't lie.
Okay. All right. Well, we will definitely make sure we check that out. You guys need to make sure that you check out the sponsor of today's Faction. Now, that's the good folks over at Rogue Shop, rogueshop.com. America's #1 online dispensary is the Rogue Shop. Whether it's sleep, stress, pain, anxiety relief, Rogue Shop's got you covered. Make sure you check them out. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share the content with somebody before you get out of here. We'll be back with our pregame tomorrow, 30 minutes before kickoff. Final thoughts before Auburn takes on Oklahoma inside the I would say not so friendly confines of Jordan-Hare, but it hasn't been friendly to Auburn either. But final home game before Auburn goes on the road stretch. Until the next time, and as always, War Eagle.
War Eagle.